Welcome back to the 49 Willys pickup project. In the last episode, we mounted the cab, the grill, got the radiator in, and did all of the wiring. In this episode, I want to get the box on, and that means the side skirts, the fenders, everything. So stick around, let's get going. This is my homemade tailgate. It's flat and there's really not much to look at for features, so I thought I would dress it up a little bit. I went with the same color that I used on these wheels. So let's unmask it and see how it looks. Okay, those are my stencils. This would have been a raised W and O in the center of the box here. That would have been a stencil on the original, but I think this does dress up my homemade tailgate, so we're going to put this on just the way it is right now. We're going back into the paint booth. I finally got my Raptor bed liner in the mail. It took a while to get it here. But we're going to put this on today. So bed liner is going on the inside of the bed. I have it all masked off and ready to go. We're also doing the top of the side steps as well as the back of the tailgate. So everything's been cleaned up and it's all set. Now they say this bed liner will cover 125 square feet. My best guess on these pieces that I've got all together here is just under 50 square feet. Now, I don't know if that 125 is one coat, two coats, three coats, but just in case there is some left over, I masked off my front and rear fenders, and my intention here is to do some sort of bed liner underneath. So if I've got enough of the Raptor left over, I'll just continue on and put it on these. If I don't, I'm just going to use a regular rattle can bed liner for these. But we're going to get going. Now, this is not a video about bed liners. There's a whole bunch out there. This is just something I wanted to show you, and I'll be back when I have this done. That's it, we're done. Now, I'll tell you, I'm really happy with these side steps and with the tailgate. The texture is just right on those. The box itself, it looks pretty decent. It's hard to see the sides there. I don't have great lighting in this room, but a little bit blotchy, but, you know, okay. Back in this corner, I kind of lost some of my texture. I think I laid it down just a little bit on the heavy side there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, and these are the most visible parts right here, so that's really what I was after on those side steps. This is a side step that I welded all the patches into. You can still see a little wetness mark on some of my welds. I wasn't real fussy about it. This is what the step looked like when I started after I stripped off all the paint. I began by just marking out the spots that I needed to replace. I sectioned it out into 4 pieces. I made up some patches to fit each of those 4 spots and just fit those in as best I could. This is what it looks like after I got those initially welded in. And then I did a little bit of finish up work and it was ready for bed liner. One additional thing I wanted to show you. You already saw the tailgate with my stencils. Those turned out pretty well. Okay, this little emblem is from a car dealership in St. Cloud. And it was on that parts truck. It was actually in place of one of the side emblems on the hood that was missing. But I kind of liked it. It's local. I think people are going to recognize this if they're from the area, even though this place is no longer in business. So I thought I'd put that on there just for fun. One other thing I wanted to mention is I had hoped to use some of this bed liner for those fenders, the underside of the fenders. It didn't go that far. I used all 4 cans on just the steps, the tailgate, and the box itself. So it didn't go as far as I had hoped. And I'm not sure why that is. It may have been me, although I was able to get a couple coats on. I felt like that was more important. Since there wasn't any Raptor liner left over, I just went back to my Rust-Oleum truck bed liner and did the underside of all the fenders. Those are in pretty good shape. So I guess the next thing here is to put that box on the truck. Let's get going on that now. All right, here we go. It's finally arrived. We're going to get that box out of the paint booth, spin it around, and we'll show you how we're going to mount it. I got Guy here again today, and we're back in the saddle. Well, that's it. The box is on. So today we got the box, the fenders, the side skirts, and the steps on. It went really well. It's good to have that finally back on there. Number one, it's good to see it coming back together as a truck, and number two, it's nice to get some space back. Get this thing all on one platform. Let's spin around here and show you this side. So we got a spare tire mounted up there. Looks huge, but it fits. You know, I've got clearance here between the front and the cab. And I have clearance right here. You can see there is space between the tire and the fender. Not a lot, maybe a ½ inch, maybe less, but that fits up nice. Let's swing around the back. Show you a couple other things here. First of all, my lovely wife made these covers for the chains for the tailgate. Now, she had done covers like this for an old 46 CJ2A for me, probably close to 30 years ago. And but she still remembered how to do it, so she's got these. I don't know that she's even settled on the color, but this is what she had on hand. She might remake them in a cream color to match that, but otherwise they look really good. She did a nice job on that. Another thing I want to show you is the license plate. Now, when I bought this truck, and went to title it. It's about 1.5 years ago. State of Minnesota allows you to use vintage plates instead of collector plates if you choose. All you have to do is make sure that plate, the number on that plate is not in a current series being used. And so I was able to get this plate and get it registered. Let's see if we can get a good look at it here. So this is a 1949, same as the truck. It's what we call a waffle plate, and the color here is a silver over black. So finally, that's been sitting around for 1.5 years. Finally got that on the truck, and I'm really happy with it. Let's open the tailgate one more time. Let me show you what else we're working on here. Here we go. Trying to decide if I want to buy new chain. Most of this chain is covered already, so I'm probably good with what's there. But you can see the inside of the box, it's looking really good. If you notice up toward the front, I don't know if you can see that, we have glass in there. So next time around, I bought full glass for this thing, all the door glass and the front, I guess the windshield and the rear window. So we've got all that to put in. Here's a better look at that glass. So we've got door glass, both the roll-up window and wing windows. We got all of that, and we've got a rear window and a windshield. So next time we'll be putting that glass in. And we're also going to work on the doors. We've got one door mostly assembled, a few more things to do, and another one that we're just starting on. But we'll get those doors together so that they're ready to go. And maybe we'll be mounting the doors. I don't want to mount the doors, though, until we have the windshield and the back window, and it just makes it easier to get in and out. And that's one of the other reasons that I'm holding off on putting the front fenders and the hood on, is it's just easier to kind of sneak in between the firewall and the wheel and reach in and do some of that work. So just got to be patient and hang on for that. The other thing we'll do next time around is we'll fire up the engine. You can hear it run. We've got oil and coolant. That's ready to go. We've got gas in the tank. Spin back around here. So for me, it's really nice to see this thing come together, start looking like a complete truck. It's also nice to get the box back on here, so I've got a little more space in here, get it all condensed into one footprint. Now, I've been working on this with the help of Guy for close to 1.5 years. And I've got videos basically showing all of the major work and a lot of the smaller, more trivial items going back to the very beginning. And if you want to go back and look at those, there is down in the comments, there's a playlist. So you can see all the videos that I've made up to this point. And I will continue to make videos right until completion on this. So if you want to follow along, I encourage you to subscribe. And otherwise, just come back and check in every so often and you'll see what we're up to. I'd also like to thank you for just sticking around and following this series. And hopefully I'll see you next time.